Okay, so welcome to Thought Scrapbook number 2. I just got out of the shower. If my face looks red, it's because I did a face mask that makes your face really red before I got in the shower. I'm here because yesterday was weird mentally. In the morning, I went with my grandma to see the movie Rocket Man. It was really good. I really loved it. I really did. I loved it so much. I want to see it again. I want to own it if it's possible. I just really liked it. And I was, truthfully, having an incredible morning. I just felt really good because I really liked the movie, and I felt passionate about movies and film for once, or again at least. And I was having a real good day, and then essentially a series of events happened, I guess. And I'm not trying to victimize myself or anything. I'm really not going to talk about what happened because it doesn't, it's over, it's done now. And it involves other people, and it's just, it's not my place to share that online. But essentially, kind of at the drop of a hat, my mood plummeted. I went from feeling amazing and really glad to be alive and have passions and feel passionate and full of life, and I had hope for my future and for my summer, and that it would be all okay. One day, I would feel good, my brain would feel good, I would feel at home in this body and in this life. And then suddenly it just tanked, like no joke. I was up here and then just and oops, have I been out of frame this whole time? There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better. But essentially I ended up having a full-on sobbing breakdown in one of my most cherished bedrooms of my childhood, and I ended up having this sobbing breakdown, and I FaceTimed one of my best friends, Anna, and I sobbed, cried, had to compose myself so that I was intelligible and understandable, because I was that much of a mess. And I talked about all these different events and all of my various fears about these things, and worries. And it was just, I'm thinking about it now, and it's just crazy to me because I can't wrap my mind really around how much it really just tanked up in flames, you know? And it was scary, and I cried, and I know it didn't make a lot of sense to Anna, and it didn't even make a lot of sense to me, but I just couldn't stop repeating, I can't live like this anymore. I can't do this. I can't keep living like this. I can't live the rest of my life like this. I can't do it. And I basically kind of had to come to terms with, well, not come to terms with, but it was awakening, I guess, because I have a lot of love in my heart. I really care about everybody I know, how bad it feels to feel like shit all the time. I know how bad it feels to feel like there's an evil little voice in your head that wants you dead and hopeless and generally feeling awful no matter what. And so I try, keyword try, my best, you know, every day with people that I meet or people that I talk to, and generally with my online presence, to be a person that can remind other people it's gonna be okay. Even if it's not right now, it's going to be one day, you know? And I just really want to be that light for people, because people need it. People need that light. People deserve that light, you know, because it sucks to feel like shit. It really does. And I kind of like word vomited to her about how sometimes it really does feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and I know this is sounding really self-obsessed and narcissistic, and I promise that's not where this tangent is going. But now, I'm still feeling like garbage. I am really struggling with the battle of, oh, do these people hate me? Are they talking about me? Are they saying bad things about me? Did I say the wrong thing? Why did I say anything at all? I need to never talk at all again. It's better if I just keep my mouth closed. It's better if I just keep my thoughts to myself, and, you know, that whole spiral and litany of thoughts. But I really want to come to a place where I don't have to feel responsible for fixing everything, because I've always felt responsible for fixing everything. I feel like I can't move away because I need to stay here to fix things. I need to stay here to be the fixer. And I love helping people. I want my life to be helping people, but I can't be the fixer. And that's all I have been. That's been so much of my life. It's been the majority of my life. And it sucks. I know I've talked about this before. I was in an abusive friendship from ages 14 through 18. And I have come to realize that that relationship, or that friendship, stole my teenage years from me. I didn't get to be a teenager. I had to be a parent instead, and I was only 14. I didn't know what I was doing, you know? But I didn't get to be a teenager. I don't really have this, I didn't have the same freedom of exploration. I don't feel like I really got to have the boundless opportunity you get as a young teen, because I was focused on fixing somebody else because they needed help. And, you know, abuse is like that. And that's not the point of this video. But when I was in the shower, I was thinking about how I would really like this video if you heard that neck crack. I feel a lot of things slipping away from me, and I don't know how much I really want to try to grasp for them anymore. Both because I don't know if I'm just dumb, for lack of a better word, and haven't noticed the signals that, you know, these things don't want to be within my grasp anymore, which is fine, you know, that's life. But I feel like I'm gonna be alone again this summer, which, you know, that's a lot of agony. Last summer was the most depressing part of my life, or at least of my recent life. No, probably my life. But I have a feeling that I'm going to be alone again this summer. But I feel like maybe I deserve it, not in a bad way, but in a way where I just need me. I need to sort everything out in here. I need to work on getting everything packed in their little boxes and stacked up, so that way I can be a kinder person, so I can be a better person, so I can work from a place of goodness and kindness and ultimate kindness and always kindness and always genuine light. And it's hard because I don't want to self-isolate due to mental illness. I don't want to self-isolate due to depression. But it's really hard to differentiate what's self-isolating out of social protection and what's self-isolating so I feel like I can better myself. In saying that out loud, you know, there really is no self-isolating to better yourself. There's self-isolating because you're scared of interacting with people and the myriad of unpredictables that come with other human beings and all of that. I don't know if you can tell, but social life is a big struggle for me in many ways. But it's just a lot of thoughts. It's really hard to be a person, to be alive, to be thinking with a brain and a soul and a heart and a yearning for good and a yearning for peace and happiness. I want people to be happy. If I could only do one thing, truly accomplish one thing in my life, I would want it to be making people as a whole happier, because we're not equipped to live this life, you know. Our brains aren't made to be like this, or to live like this, rather. I don't know. Things are just hard lately. It's really hard to figure out because it's just a lot of battles between this sounds fucking delusional, I know, but it's a lot of battles between having moments where you recognize where you are in the universe and where you are in your life, and just kind of like essentially waking up and realizing that I don't get a do-over in life. You know, this has been the real life that I'm living. I'm not just playing a video game and get infinite retries and infinite lives. What I do in this life counts. Maybe not globally, maybe not universally, but to other people, even if it's not a lot of people, it counts. And that's scary because I think one of my biggest fears in life is being a bad person and being cruel and evil, especially if it's unintentionally. I mean, I've had countless worries of actually being a bad person intentionally, but the thought of it being a part of my personality and a part of my wiring and a part of my framework is scarier, because I constantly have to struggle with, oh, am I just being nice to get something? Am I just being nice as a lie? Am I just pretending? Are other people just pretending to like me? Or other people just pretending to be my friends? Is all of this just pretend? Is this universe real? Am I living in an alternate universe? Well, am I living in a dream? What's happening in an alternate universe right now? There's 1,000,001 different alternate universes where things are just slightly different because of little changes, or things are completely different because of very big changes. And I can't live all of them at once in this consciousness. And I can't take all of that information and take all of that life experience and build it into one consciousness right now to ultimately gather all the different knowledge from those things and build it into a ginormous pool of life experience and wisdom to then extract from that life lessons to intrinsically and instinctually know how to be kind and how to be a good person and how to be a good light in this world and how to leave a good mark in it. And it drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. I can't. It's hard to grapple with. It's really hard to grapple with. But I gotta, that's life. That's what it's about. It's about grappling. I've never been much of a boulderer, a climber, I guess. I don't know. I think this is a very curvy tangent. It started as a line and then went into many different paths that crossed and separated and swirled around themselves and came back. But that's the point of the thought scrapbook, right? It's a scrapbook. It's not meant to be clean. It's not meant to be neat. It's not meant to be perfect. Nobody's perfect, I guess. And half of me says, I don't want to be perfect. And then the other half of me says, who are you fucking kidding? That's what your entire life is about, is being perfect. But is it possible? No. Will that stop me from trying? Also no. And this is the great dilemma of current times, I guess. Hopefully it won't be my dilemma forever. Because, God, I don't know how to handle it if it is. Okay. Thanks for watching Thought Scrapbook number 2. It's June 2nd, 2019. It's 10:03 p.m. That's what my brain looks like today.